up? What's up? This is the ChoppedByT podcast where we get real, raw, authentic conversations. I am your host, T. And to the very far right of me, we got my brother, my dear brother, the honorable, the incomparable, the indomitable, Roscoe. Tell him what's up, Scott.
What's up?
That was weak as shit. That shit was weak as shit. I ain't letting you get away with that shit.
Hey, y'all. How y'all doing today?
Hey, okay.
Y'all doing all
Hey,
right?
y'all.
Homosexual. And of course, we in the middle, we got the entrepreneur himself, the businessman himself, the sneaker rejuvenator, the sneaker enhancer, the sneaker. I ain't got nothing else.
Keep going, man. I was like, keep going, man. I'm feeling it.
We got Nick in the building, man. Tell him what's up, Nick.
Yo, what's good, everyone? This is Nick, a.k.a. Nizzy Nick in the building.
Man, look, I appreciate you coming on first and foremost. I want to say that on this podcast, one thing that we do or that we're trying to do as of late is uphold a lot of business people, entrepreneurs. And me and Roscoe both talked about it off camera. Don't mind me. It's a 45, Coke 45.
Hey.
I'm just
It threw me off.
yeah, I'm just got liquid death. But one thing we try to do is highlight all our black entrepreneurs, all entrepreneurs, period, but definitely the black entrepreneurs, man. And you killing it right now. I kind of seen you
man.
starting out in the grassroots of this shit. I seen it when you was trying to get started. Like, man, these motherfuckers ain't fucking with me. Nobody, boom, boom, boom. To, I always kept tabs on you, seeing what you was doing with your business, because that's my thing, business.
Yeah.
And me and Cub always talk. And Cub, for people who don't know, Cub, my brother, also Nick brother. He a frat brother of ours. He I'm like, how the business doing with Nick? And he would always tell me how everything going and all of that. And it got to a point to where you went from they ain't fucking with me to pretty much you don't work now. You just do your business just
Yeah.
for yourself.
Yeah, it's full time. That's all, pretty much all I'm doing now.
Mm-hmm. And for the people who don't know, what is the name of your business?
It's called the Soul Clinic.
So that's a dope fucking name. You came up with that
Appreciate
yourself?
it. Yeah, I did, man. Like I said, I was kind of bouncing back and forth for the last 2 years just with some names, man, because for the longest I was just going with my original IG name, but I knew once I wanted to get to the point to make it like an official business, I knew that I needed to get some type of name, so I kept going back and forth on a few different ones, and it was just something about, because I seen a few different ones, but when I seen Clinic, I didn't want it to be the typical CLINIC, and also Clinic and everything. It made it seem a little more retro, maybe like a little more like a little more like high fashion, a little more like just a little more like in and whatnot.
Yeah, I was I could have been a sneakerhead if I had tried. I just didn't try that hard. It took a lot of work to be a sneakerhead. But you see
It do, man.
The retro skull, you didn't notice that, did you? I said retro.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's because you're dumb. That's why you didn't notice. That's because you're dumb and you don't pick up on stuff. Hey, you fucking right. My father is not that smart. That's
Oh
a fact.
shit!
My father is not that smart.
I want to ask you, Big. Who taught you? Did you teach yourself how to do that shit?
Yeah, man. It was basically just
He wanted to go so bad. Who taught you his voices? He went up an octave.
No, I'm telling you what fucked me up. I seen him stitching them hoes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He do his thing.
I said, what the fuck? I ain't never seen that.
Man,
The question that Skull asked was basically,
that's how I got started. How did I learn? Man, basically. Nah, man, it started out with me just kind of going down the rabbit hole of YouTube. One day I just seen some videos. This was about 5-6 years old back and all, but I seen some videos of just other people doing it, and without getting too deep in like running off on a tangent, but I had all like these old vintage OGs and like older retros that I had sold that I kind of regretted selling and all, but again, I ran down the rabbit hole of YouTube, seen all these videos of, it was like a certain group of individuals that were destroying their shoes and then rebuilding them. And I was just kind of like, damn, I think I could do that. So just kind of started guinea pigging with my own shoes after messing up a few of my own pairs and all. Just kind of then it just kind of snowballed from there. Once I kind of got the hang of doing my shoes and I started working on friends and family pairs of shoes, and then again it was like the top of 2018. Literally, I got just my first customer just want me to clean her shoes, and then word of mouth just kind of spread from there, and it's been just slowly building ever since.
Yeah. And the thing about it is, before you go and spend another $200 on a new pair of shoes, you can just basically come to you.
Yeah.
And your prices I know more reasonable than just a new pair of shoes for now, anyway.
Right. Yeah, and that's the thing too. You know, it's my work's definitely not cheap. That's for sure.
Right.
But it's also, you know, I always try to tell clients because, you know, of course, I'll get some of those people that, you know, they'll inquire with me, and you know, they're all chatty patty. It's all kiki ha ha. You know, wanting to talk it up, and then once I give them the quote, they're like, damn, man, it's like for that much, I can just go buy a new pair. I can just do it myself. And I was like, all right, go to StockX, go to GOAT, and see how much it costs to go get a new pair. Right. and then come back and talk to me. That happens a lot. You know, I have people, you know, that they'll talk shit like that as far as, I'm just going to go buy a new pair. And then, you know, they come back with egg on their face as far as like, hey, man, can you still do these for me? You know, or like I said, the flip side, you know, they try to do it themselves and they mess them up, or they get someone else talking about that they can do it for the homie price or for cheaper. And again, it gets messed up, and then they come back to me, and then at that point, my price jumps up now because then I got to correct those mistakes.
Yeah. I guess, you know, my main thing is always the business, right? It's just always the business. I guess the question that I want to know is, over the years, me just kind of watching indirectly, just getting little tidbits of information about the inner workings of your business and what's going on. How did you, what was the moment that you transcended from, you know, all right, I'm just doing this and it's my business, but I still need to work to, all right, I'm not working no more, I'm going to do this.
Man, so like I said, basically roughly about the same time that I started really getting serious and trying to get into the restoration business. You know, I was working full time. You know, I was in the timelines for both things are kind of about the same. You know, I was at the job I was at for 5 years, and the first few years, man, I loved it. I enjoyed what I did.
You're a teacher, right?
You know, started out in teaching, but after that, you know, after I got done with teaching, then I was in social work. And so like I said, since I've been out of high school, man, I've always done work with children or, you know, youth some type of way, whether it's teaching, coaching, mentorship, social work, whatever the case may be. That's just kind of always been my background. But again, like I said, I did that for the first few years, and, you know, I was doing both simultaneously for years. You know, I'd work 9 to 5, you know, I'd get up, you know, or I'd get home from work about 5, 6 o'clock. I'd work on shoes, you know, for the rest of the evening to like midnight, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, wake up at 6, you know, 6 something in the morning, and, you know, lather, rinse, repeat, do that whole thing. And I was totally good with it, man. Like I said, I enjoyed it. And then it just got to the point to where I always knew that, you know, at some point I wanted to get to a point where I was just doing sneakers because, you know, I didn't want to work for someone else forever. But I also knew that as far as, I think every entrepreneur goes through that point as far as where, you know, they're feeling like, okay, it's like, I can't do, you know, not just yet. I need to have the right amount of money, or right now is not the right time. And I kind of kept always telling myself this, all right, just not yet. But kind of what was the turning point for me was, truth be told, honestly, I just kind of reached a point to where I was burnt out. You know, social work in general will do that to you if you're not careful. But then, you know, even like just with the sneaker business, I kind of reached a point where I was kind of realizing I was starting to slowly get burnt out with it, just because, you know, it's a good problem to have as far as, you know, the business was growing, it was getting more clientele, more, you know, projects in. But being a one-man operation, when it's just you by yourself, man, it's like you look up, you got 40, 50 plus something pairs of shoes in, and then you still working, you know, 40 plus hours a week. You know, that can wear on you. And so honestly, I reached a point, and it really started 2020, like when my business really started picking up, that it started kind of just, I didn't realize at the time, but it was starting to kind of wear on me. But then by 2021, it just kind of reached a breaking point. And like I said, without getting too deep in as far as, you know, just stuff going on with the job, because I don't want to bore y'all with that, but I just reached a point to where, like I said, I wasn't happy with my job anymore. And, you know, the administration there, they weren't doing anything to really help with that either. There was actually kind of going out of the way to make it worse for me and all as well. And so then, yeah. You said it. I want to say it, but yeah, but pretty much, man. But like I said, I'd gotten to a point, you know, like I said, and at first I was just trying to transfer, you know, trying to get a job somewhere else. But again, you know, once they found out about, which I'd let them know that, hey man, this isn't working out. I want to try to transfer somewhere else. They ain't like that. No, they ain't like that. And then from there, they made it even worse on me. Like just made life hell really for me. And then at that point, again, to make a long story short, I ended up just taking some time off, talking to my girl about it. And, bless her, man, she's been the biggest supporter. Like, she was the one telling me from jump, like, hey, you've been doing this for years, just quit. Like, you can do your business. You're talented enough. You got the clientele, you can do it. But again, just in my head, I'm like, no, not yet. It's now not the time. And then, like I said, last year, we're expecting a baby. So I'm really telling myself, like, nah, I got to have I can't quit. I got to have a full-time job. But, again, I took that time off, and I always compared it. It was like a breakup, or when you're about to break up with someone. So you take that time and everything, kind of like, a little break per se to kind of get your mind right, realize what you need to do. And I realized as far as it was like, yeah, man, maybe it's like, maybe it's not time yet as far as me to leave, but I knew as far as like, bro, like, what am I waiting for? If I take any longer, especially with the industry growing the way it is, I'm going to mess around. I'm going to get surpassed. Someone's going to lap me. So I just, at that point, like I said, last summer, I just decided as far as, what, like, let's do it. And like, yeah, so at that point, and me and my job, we basically mutually agreed to part ways at that point. And also, yeah, man, like I said, ever since last summer, man, I've just, like I said, that's all I've been doing.
Fucking right. You gonna marry a woman?
We getting there, man. We getting there, man.
Put you on the spot,
right, like I said.
She did that.
Oh yeah, man. It like,
especially the generation we live in, these black women ain't like, nah, nigga, you need the money.
Take your ass to work, nigga.
Nah, man. Like I said, she's that. I've had some relationships in the past where, they definitely weren't for me, and that's not to put it all on them, but I've definitely had those relationships in the past where I didn't realize that they were necessarily like subtracting like from me. It was draining me, and literally ever since she's been in my life, man, she's been an addition. She's it helps because she's an entrepreneur as well, so that's kind of what's always kind of helped us yoke as far as, we can just kind of bounce off of each other. We can give each other ideas as far as, well, I think you should do this, or I think you should do that. I don't think you should do this. I don't think you should do that. And we don't necessarily always agree. There's a lot of times that, we actually do disagree. We don't, and we're kind of not necessarily like full-fledged fighting about it, but we're kind of arguing, having disagreements. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But, but that's how we keep each other honest. That's how we keep each other like on our toes and hold each other accountable and all. So
yeah, I mean, like you definitely need some. And I mean, hell, you been with her how long now? For about a year or 3?
Yeah, about a year and a half.
Okay, so shit, I would say, since then, from the timeline you giving me from when you got with her to now, it seemed like your business increased.
Yeah, like I said, again, just because of the fact that, again, she's really been like the biggest supporter in my corner, man. And like I said, when everything did kind of start going downhill with my job again, she was just kind of the one, just kind of big, because I've always considered myself a confident person. I've always sit there and considered myself that, I hold myself in a high esteem. But yeah, but it's also one of those that when stuff was going wrong with my job, again, I started questioning myself. I started, am I good enough? Can I do it? And she was the one that was always like, no, like you are, like you're really good at this. Exactly.
Yeah. Nah, you need that. You definitely need that. Me and Scott, we sit up and talk all the time, just sitting around manifesting, talking about our dreams and what we want to do with the ChoppedByT podcast. And often we come up with like, well, I'm always the positive one, but Scott, he'll say some shit like, when these pussies, when we blow up, these bitch ass niggas gonna hate it. I try my best to stay positive.
Yeah.
So when we sitting around, we manifesting and all of that, and we going through what we going through in our mindset. We see a lot of the times, like for example, today, I was on the phone with a guy who, this motherfucker like a F-list celebrity. He not even a real, like, he's just a nigga with a lot of followers.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like I'm on the phone. First of all, it's not business because he's communicating with me via through another person.
Right.
And that's a problem within itself. If you're a businessman and you want to charge me a flat fee to come on the podcast, then you should at least have the courtesy to, have the decency to, speak with me.
Reach out personally. Yeah.
If you want to charge me, especially the rate that he wanted to charge, and he wanted us to be on his time. And it's just like, oh, you really playing with us. Like, you really playing with us as if we don't grind, as if our shit not continuously growing.
Trying to downplay you and shit.
And we living in this, people often live in a bubbles, especially with social media. You live in this bubble of this is what I'm doing, this is what's going on, and I'm lit.
Everyone thinks they're a celebrity now because of social, no matter if they got tens of thousands of followers or if they only got like 500 followers, everyone, I don't want to get on too much of a tangent about it, but that's kind of one of the things that annoys me the most about social media. Everyone thinks they're a celebrity. Everyone thinks that their opinion matters on shit, and truth be told, it doesn't.
And the thing is like you live in this bubble, but you don't see the analytics like we do. You don't see the data like we do. We see our shit continuously growing. We see our outreach, who we touching. The same way with you. You got people that probably still to this day come try to like half step you playing with your business.
Oh, for sure.
You not getting
for sure,
to live a great life for you, and everything. So it's just, I don't like it.
Yeah, and to kind of piggyback off that, there was a time like when I first started, back when I first started, of course, I'm green, I'm, just really wet behind the ears, not really know what I'm doing. So, people would come to inquire with me, and I wasn't for sure as far as what to charge, or, I'd give people a price. And if they took more than 5 minutes to respond, I'd get nervous as far as, well, on second thought, I can charge you X, Y, and Z instead. And, you know what I'm saying? But then as I continued to, over time, get more acclimated in what I was doing and kind of just more confident in what I was doing. I just got a point. Hey, this is what I can do. This is how much I'm gonna charge it for. This is what it is. And people still try, but now, I just, like you said, it's like, I'm not gonna let you play me, because like I said, this is my business. This is what I do. At first it was just a side hustle, a little high, but now this is what I do to put food on the table. This is what I do to raise my family. This is what.
Brother, I said, we was just talking the other day. I was sitting up talking to Roscoe, and I told him, I said, dude, like, you gotta be a fucking boss in this.
Yeah.
You gotta be assertive, aggressive, straightforward. We don't have no time to like, hey, if you, no, fuck that. Like, this is our business. This is the thing that we want, and if we want it, we gotta take it serious. You wouldn't let nobody smack your child.
Right.
Right. That's yours. That's your baby. That's your thing. So don't let nobody come up and smack your business around or disrespect your business and make like light of your shit because you worked hard for it.
Hell yeah. Nah, man. And like you said, man, that's and I treat it just like it is my baby, man. Like I don't tolerate anyone over there trying to downplay it. Or I used to argue with people or go back and forth, and they'd sit there and talk about, oh, well, for that much and all. But now, like I said, I just leave it at, all right, man. All right. I'll hear from you here, in a little bit. And then also as well, the negative Nancy's or, people who try to give little backhanded little comments as far as, oh, how's the little business going? Yeah, that little word, man. That little word, man, like that shit, man.
I like y'all little podcast. Like,
right.
Shut up, bitch.
Right. I'm telling you,
like
man.
Job.
Right, exactly, bro. It's like I don't play none of that shit like at all no more. And for me, like as much as it is about financial freedom, it's also just as much about being able to do what I want to do. It's like I don't down anyone who has a job, because like truth be told, I've had like up and down months where I've sit there and I've thought to myself like, shit, man, maybe I need to go back and get a full-time job. But with that said, it's like I don't play anyone over there trying to downplay my shit just because, again, like, this is what I use to put food on the table for my child. This is what I'm trying to bring up to a point to where I'm going to be able to pass it down to him. And, Lord willing, if he's, wants to be a sneakerhead, wants to be in the sneaker industry and all, again, I can pass it down on to him. And definitely by the time that he's up walking, handling stuff, he definitely going to be in the office with me over there assisting with it.
Have some help now.
Right.
Yeah, you got good work. I don't even see why somebody would like even try to like get over. You make shoes look brand new. I seen people, bro, that be doing the same thing you doing. They literally go buying shit that I could go buy and fix my shoe. They ain't doing nothing extra.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They ain't sitting there restitching the shoe. They ain't changing the soles and nothing. They just getting some shit they done bought from the store and putting on it and cleaning it. That's it.
Yeah.
They're trying to charge people for it.
Yeah, man. And that's for me, it's about I care very much about the quality of my work, man. It's, just the whole customer service aspect of it. I'm very much big on quality. My whole goal is every single project, of course, just depending on the condition. Not every single project's going to come out looking brand new, but every project that I get, my goal is to make it look as close to factory dead stock as possible, man. And not everyone's doing that. Like a lot of people, with their work, you can tell that you can just look at it and tell, okay, somebody worked on this, somebody painted it, did something. But me, I try to make it look as close as possible to the fact that, as if you just went to Finish Line, Foot Locker, and whatever, and got it, and it's like fresh out the box.
So let's say you grow your shit to a point to where it's crazy, like celebrities, all of that fucking with you, right? And like, do you see me? I'm petty. I keep a list of motherfuckers that like play with me.
Oh, for sure.
So like,
for sure.
Are you like when they like, hey man, I see you doing so congratulations, trying to repost your shit and do all that? Are you like how you responding? Cause Sco try to play the humble where I be like, nah.
Man, I'm gonna keep it a buck, and anyone who's listening, it may sit there and turn them off. Oh, I'm not fucking with him. I'm not doing business with him. But I absolutely 100% positively have a list, have a kiss my ass list of people that, for sure, like just people who done downplayed me, people who done tried to get in the way, tried to sabotage the business, people who done tried to bite off my shit, try to chop the shit. Cause I've had people that I found myself collaborating with or trying to work with who, the whole time they were really just trying to snake my shit. Yeah. So it's like, I definitely have a list of, what I consider as far as I've made it and everything to where, oh yeah, I'm gonna talk my shit. Yeah, for sure.
I got one, my shit getting too big at this point.
I got a couple screenshots.
Oh man, like I said, screenshots, the memory bank, and all. Like I said, it's ridiculous, man. Maybe to the point that maybe I should sit there and like, man, maybe it's something with you, but I don't care. Like I said, I definitely got a list of folks that, as far as that, they're gonna hear me, once I hit a certain point.
Yeah, I'm gonna do dumb shit. I'm gonna get just like a gold. I'm gonna do like, oh my god, it's gonna be insufferable. I'm gonna buy like unnecessary gold and shit. Like I'm all of a sudden become like, I might get gold tips or something. I might grow my hair out and get gold tips. Like actual gold, like beads or some shit.
Yeah,
like,
man.
Like 80,000.
Bro, there's some dude I seen on IG who it was a while back who literally had like gold like implanted like in it, like just like you dumb fuck, like right.
I'm gonna yank that shit out your head.
Yeah. Oh, bro, listen. If you do that, like, all right, you just made yourself, you just painted fucking rob me on your fucking forehead. So now you need to at least have $1 million a year in security.
Exactly. You gotta have that shit insured and everything.
Yeah, like why would you do that shit? But I definitely got to listen. I got a lot of motherfuckers who is just like, and I get it. Like the book I always mention on this podcast is Talking to Strangers by Malcolm Gladwell. Mm-hmm. Being able to look into other people's circumstances and realize that sometimes they have things going on that's out of their control, out of your control, and instead of taking it personal, try to look at it from their perspective. Yeah. But at the same time, fuck them.
Yeah, exactly, man. But also on the flip side, I certainly have like a list as far as like people who I don't even gotta wait till I hit that quote unquote certain point. I can sit there like now, like just sit there and thank like those people as far as who've been supportive of me and who've been gassing me up, bigging me up along the way. Of course, my girl, and also I gotta give a shout out to her as well. Flo and everything. Flory, and y'all, if y'all into spin, go. Damn, I can't remember her IG off the top of my head, but
she do is it Champion Spin?
Yeah, yep. She runs Champion Spin.
We always tagging them in our shit.
Yeah, man, and everything. Definitely, man.
Your woman.
Yeah. But
is your woman now because the picture you took in Champion Spin.
Yeah, man.
But with Trina and all them. Right?
Yep, Trina, Kelsey, and all. Yep, and also, but yeah, definitely, man. Flow so fit, and also, if anyone's wanting to get into spin or you're just trying to get in shape, stay healthy in general, man. Champion Spin, Flow, she runs that. Yeah. She's a boss. Like I said, she came from Memphis and all because she did a spin, but she just. Off the rip, during the pandemic in 2020, she started doing it, and just it took off. And then, like I said, then once me and her started dating, she came down here, moved to Murfreesboro, moved her whole, you know, just basically
For
just
you?
start, because you know we was, because we,
that ring?
bro, because we was having a baby, and it was, you know, so it was at that point, you know, she wanted to come down here, of course, you know, be with me, be close to the family and all. So like I said, she took a big risk as far as coming here to basically start over after she already had a successful business out in Memphis. But you know, Flo definitely, you know, Will Sharp, and
tag you on Entrepreneur.
yeah, man, big ups to him, man. Richard, Cove, and like definitely.
Fuck
Again.
Damn, why you say fuck Richard?
Because I always be calling he never pick up the phone.
Man, he do that, man. He do that. He act a little too good for folks at times, man. But still, it's all love with him, man. But right,
He got a kid.
Right. But yeah, man, it's like, you know, my mom, of course, you know, and for the longest, she was definitely one of those. It was just kind of like, I don't know, maybe you just need to, you know, maybe you should just, you know, just keep a full-time job. You want to have the benefits, all that stuff. But you know, after a while, once she just seen like just how serious I was and the way it just kept growing, and then again, just kind of the way I was getting fucked with at my job and all, she was like, nah, man, like, do it. Like, you know, God's got you. You can do this and all. But, and again, the list is definitely bigger than that. But like I said, I don't want to take up too much time in the podcast.
Yeah, and I want to go back to even Champion Spin, because like I said, we have tagged them in a lot of our stuff. We do a lot of stuff with Trina as well.
Yeah.
Well, she done a podcast, and you know, a couple times we, you know, bought into a main dish and all that other stuff.
Yeah.
She do.
Yo, that main, sorry, I didn't mean to cut it. That main dish should be fire too, bro.
Fire. Yeah. No,
man.
Actually good.
Hell yeah.
No bullshit. I was getting that shit for the longest, but I don't know why I stopped. But that main dish, all her shit good.
Hell yeah.
And now she got the juices. I never tried the juices, but shout out to Trina. She always show a lot of support and fuck with us too.
Hell yeah.
And like I said, Champion Fitness. I actually had got my woman a day to go up there and do her thing, but she didn't do that shit.
She didn't go?
Yeah, she didn't go.
Man, definitely, man, give it a shot, man. Hey, I ain't gonna cap with you, man. She
everything, though.
Yeah. I ain't gonna cap with you, man. She will. Hey, she gonna work you to death, man. She gonna kill you, but it's worth it in the end, man. Like, she gets results. If you go through her page and you sit there and see, she gets results from herself to just so many others, man. And now with her having a baby, you know, with us having a baby and all, that's another thing that she's really been over there tackling as well, and just been kind of pulling people in as far as, you know, a lot of moms, or, you know, moms to be, or, you know, just people in general who done had a baby and dealing with postpartum and everything. You know, she gets compliments all the time, just as far as, oh my gosh, like, this is like so inspirational and all that. So it's like, she's like, she definitely knows what she's doing.
Yeah, I'm familiar with them. It's the 6 a.m. and the 6 p.m. class.
Yep.
I'm familiar with them. We tap in with them a lot. I see them doing a lot of
We
posting
supposed to be
shit.
going on there, though.
Me and we was supposed to go get on a spin bike, but Sco was like, bro, that's kind of gay. I was like,
You be lying, bro.
you did say
It was sometime this month. You can go under the post. He tagged me. I said, I'm down. I ain't say nothing about shit being gay. He was a fucking habitual liar.
I didn't have time to go. Sco had time at the time. He's like, bro, that's kind of gay, bro. Spin. I was like, bro, I get on the bike, bro. I had a
Dudes be doing it too.
Yeah, I'm a spin champion. Like,
Dudes be doing it, bro.
I used to have a little bike in the middle of the floor right here. I would look at my TV right here, and I would do like some spin classes myself.
Yeah, man.
Spins for the dudes.
It'll get you in shape for sure, man.
100%.
You're gonna die those first few classes and everything, but after that, man, you in
It
there.
ain't no light shit. They got the boot camp and all of that shit.
Yup.
I mean, you see shit. We look at all of them, from Trina to Wesley, all them. The ass fit as hell.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, you definitely got to go and put a ring on them. Bro. She relocated. Sco woman done that too. I know I keep bringing this up. Sco woman relocated too. I don't know what's up with y'all, man. Y'all got y'all women relocate and put a ring on their finger. I don't know, brothers. I just got to hold y'all accountable.
Man, listen. In time, it will come. Like I said, man, we trying to get our businesses straight. We trying to sit there. You know, it's not a certain number we're trying to get, but like I said, we trying to get our businesses in order and make sure that our kid is right, y'all. But it's definitely gonna come with time.
Sco, what's your excuse?
When you gonna get married?
What's your excuse, though, Sco?
What's my excuse?
Yeah, why?
Right.
She ain't been up here a year yet.
Yeah. How long you been dealing with her, though?
4 years.
Oh, shit.
It was long distance.
It's a long time, Nick.
It was long distance, though, Nick. Long distance. Now we really getting to see
4 years. 4 years.
I don't know, Sco. You sounding real bad right now. like you fucking suck. You need to put a ring on your girl finger.
Man, that's going. What was it? Oprah and what's a dude that she's been with forever? Stedman. Yeah, that's kind of. Let's get down that time.
Stedman and you Oprah. What's wrong with you?
You gotta be fucked.
Oprah, bro.
I'll take Oprah.
Yeah, Oprah decent.
I
will too.
Hey man.
Fuck Oprah. Oprah is amazing.
Man.
Somebody on this podcast said Oprah was unattractive. I was like,
Shh, man, maybe that money attractive though.
She can't be unattractive. She a billionaire.
Right.
Gorgeous. Oprah, I hope you watch. You asked me a question earlier ago why I ain't put no ring on nothing.
Yeah.
I ain't proposed to a woman. She gonna have to propose to me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You actually cool with that?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Sound a little
The
zesty to
optics
me.
of the optics of that.
Hey,
You know?
listen, she need to get on one knee.
Gay.
Ain't nothing gay. Ain't nothing gay. She just gotta get on, brother. We living in, bro.
Hey man, equality, man. Women talk about
Equality, right.
equality.
Y'all niggas sound like y'all against women. That's what it sound like to me. It sound like y'all against women.
So she gotta get on one knee. You gonna stick your hand out?
Say I do.
No, actually.
He said yes.
What I'm gonna do is.
Wow,
so
man.
gay.
That's actually what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put my hand over my mouth and I'm like, oh my God, yes. And I'm gonna fan myself like
Right.
that's a fact.
I'm
That's a
fucking
fact.
jaw your ass.
Oh man.
I'm a legend.
Again, man, the optics of that would look wild, yo. It would look nuts.
I'm too tough.
I wouldn't want no one shit talking her, or shit talking me as far as like that happening.
She get down up.
I'm like, man, get your ass up.
Give her a Spartan kick.
Right.
So embarrassing me. Like,
Oh shit.
doing?
Yeah, nah, shit. I see the women getting on one knee. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
I think they just be trying to go viral. I don't think that shit real.
I think the world coming to an end.
Yeah, bro, damn near, bro.
what's up?
Upside down world.
But listen, wouldn't that shit suck, bro? We on our way to being rich. Bro. And this bitch
In the
coming to
world.
an end. What type of shit is that?
Oh, yeah, I gotta get the one with God.
Yeah, bro, I'm
In the
coming
days,
on.
man.
I'm like, hey, bro, no disrespect. No disrespect.
Don't tighten them up, bro.
Come here.
Listen, take the sounders out, put some shoes on.
Yeah.
Man.
Cause you out of pocket. I was on my
Right.
way.
I suffered.
Right as I'm just now getting on, man.
We had 633 subscribers. Nigga, we was almost to 1,000, bro.
Right.
And you sent me to a broke family.
Man, you sent me these broke ass people.
We got a fight.
Man.
Dad
Y'all
not
niggas wild,
present.
yo.
This shit crazy. What God done there.
He really
Bruh.
fucked you up.
Man, I always say, man, God plays practical jokes, man. He be playing practical jokes on
Gotcha,
people.
pussy.
Man, I promise.
Gonna make this shit hard for you.
Oh, you want a dad that's there? Nope.
Nope.
Oh, you want a rich family? Ha!
Jokes on you.
Black?
Oh, you want to be white? Nope.
I
Whoa.
definitely want to be white. I definitely want to be white.
I mean, I'd like the white privilege and all, if
Yeah.
nothing else. I don't know about actually being white, though.
Actual skin color?
I wish
Yeah,
I
man.
could like turn it on, like when I walk in a certain building or something, like
Right.
just have the superpower to turn white and
Just
go in
turn
there
white.
and get the white privilege, and when I come out, I can be back black. Type.
Or at least just, like I said, just have that card as far as, you get pulled over and all, and just like the paper brown bag test or whatever, and all, and just be like, oh, you're good, man. Have a nice day.
Exactly.
Like
Get to
type
talk
of
shit to the police when you're white and shit.
Man,
Fuck you, man.
Fuck you, pull me over.
the fuck you pulling me over for?
It's them, bro. I hate them. No, I love them.
Nah, I love them. I hate that they don't. I just hate that they don't acknowledge the shit, man.
Some of them do though, and I'm gonna tell you the worst thing that you can call a white motherfucker. You can say crack. You can say cracker. You can say they don't give a fuck. They don't care. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, they don't, man. Like,
but you call them motherfuckers racist.
right? That R word. Oh, I'm not racist. I'm not racist. Right, bro. That's why even if they are racist, like, I'm not racist, and I have 3 black friends and all type of
They
shit.
sure love say that shit. I got a
Man,
couple black
I'm like, if
friends.
you got to count how many black friends you have, then hey, that says a lot.
Yeah, one of my military buddies, he gonna watch this too. Kendall, he out in Alabama now. He said, I said, yeah, bro. He sent me his address. He was like, man, you gotta come down there and hang out with me sometime. I'm like, definitely, I gotta come down there. Cause his son, I hadn't seen him since he was a kid, his baby boy.
Yeah.
I was like, I definitely gotta come down there and see little man. Hell, he probably don't even remember me now. And he was like, yeah, but I want to let you know where I'm at. Ain't no black people down there.
Yeah, the girls.
He said, but it's okay because you're not fully black. I was like, motherfucker, yes I am.
Oh, you're one of the good ones. Like,
Yeah.
What do you mean you you ain't fully black.
I don't know.
Man, I used to hate that shit too, man. Like as a kid, younger, young teen or whatever the case may be, whenever you get around certain certain white people, and they sit there and talk about how it's like, oh man, like you're one of the good ones. You're so articulate the way you speak and everything. I'm like, the fuck is that supposed to mean, yo?
Bitch, I will call some of my niggas over here.
Right, right
now.
Well, we will rob your house,
man. Get real niggerish real quick.
I'm gonna show you what I'm good at, motherfucker.
I had one. It was a high-ranking guy in the military. He was a first sergeant. He was from Jackson too. He was like, we was on a mission. I think we was at NTC or some shit doing some training, and he was like, yeah, man, your last name is Cross? I'm like, yeah. He was like, man, I think I know some of your family members. I was like, yeah. He said, are you related to the, and he was naming it right too. He was like, are you related to the Taylors, to the Woods, to the, I'm like, yeah. He actually knew some of my people for real. He said, man, I know a guy that looks just like you. It ain't my first time hearing this. The same guy he's talking about, right? I was like, yeah, and I had to fuck with him though. He was high ranking too. I had to fuck with him. I was like, but I was acting like I didn't know who he was talking about. I said, yeah, I guess, I don't know. I guess we all look alike. This motherfucker
Fucked him
turned
up.
red. He was like, I didn't mean it like that.
Oh, man.
I'm fucking with you. You right though. He was right about my relatives and shit though. You gotta mess with them.
Yeah, you had to test them though real quick.
They deserve it, bro.
Yeah, and they break the ice for them to feel, comfortable too.
Yeah.
Once you
Right.
get them motherfuckers comfortable, you really see what's on their mind.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
They hit you with the my nigga.
You have to tighten them up real quick. You can't say that, bro. God damn.
Yeah, nah. I just think though that this space that we living in a real crazy like era right now. Like with all the shit that's going on from the Joe Rogans to all that. Like so many people being held accountable now.
Yeah.
But it's a thin line. Because this shit that we doing is quote unquote freedom of speech, which is free, but it comes with a cost.
Yeah, it comes with a cost, of course.
But this age that we living in, people like us with what we do, from businesses to like podcasts and all these platforms, like you can very well create your business in 2, 3 years, 4 years from now. When your business is worth a couple $1 billion, you got a multi-billion-dollar business. You could very well be canceled off some shit you said when you was 17.
Yeah, back in like 2010 or whatever. Bro, and I try to be mindful of that now. Like back when I was working for someone else, I didn't really care as much, But now that I have my own business and everything, I try to be careful sometimes. That just kind of like, fuck it. It is what it is. But I definitely try to be mindful of what I say, because I don't, because certain things, like my girl, she tells me actually all the time, like, because I'll get every now and then I'll get like a troll or something in my comments, or someone tries to talk some shit or whatever, and me, like, typically I don't even see it half the time, but if I do see it, I'm gonna say some shit back. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, if you're gonna take the time to think you're gonna sit there and say some stupid shit, like, on my page, yeah, I'm gonna give you a little attention that you want. So I'll say some shit back, and she'll be like, baby, like, you can't be responding to people like that. That could be a potential customer. I was like, I don't think that's gonna be a customer if they're on my page talking shit. But she was like, you don't know who else will see it and all this other stuff. And the funny thing about that is, because she said that, and then like literally like after she said it the last time, she ended up getting like a troll like a week or two later, and she was starting to go back and forth. And I was like, babe, you can't be over there. You can't be over there going back and forth with the trolls and everything. But but it's wild, because you can get like all like this love and just people bigging you up and on your page, and it'll be that one person that comes on your page, and that one, like, even if you got like 100-something comments of people showing you love, that one comment, that'll be what like kind of jars you, kind of throws you off a little bit, and you over there fuck what everyone else is always saying positive. Now you just going back and forth with them and all, but hey,
they've been killing Go Girl. Like, they just stopped recently, because we be going crazy viral on TikTok. I don't know if you got TikTok or not, but we be going crazy viral on TikTok. They killed my ass too. Oh my God! I forgot about that. They was fucking me up on TikTok, right? I was like, God
damn, just marry a nigga,
right?
No,
one bitch said, she said, clearly he doesn't make good decisions. Just look at his haircut. I said, you bitch. Man. I cut this myself.
Golly.
You want to say something back?
Right.
I did.
Yeah, it's like, what the fuck you trying to say?
I
KD. Not KD.
Fuck it, I was saying, I go back and get it. I said something about her mama or some shit. I can't remember exactly what it was. I said something about her mama.
You should have DM'd her though. Hey,
Man, hey,
bitch.
bitch.
Nah, but like they be tearing our ass up. You should get TikTok too. I think if you did like before and after with your shoes, and shit, that shit would go crazy.
Man, that's great. I have a TikTok, but man, it's and I haven't posted on it since right before my son was born last September, and that's it's gonna sound like I'm making excuses, which to a degree I am, but it's hard for me just between doing actually doing the work on the shoes and then taking the pictures and then taking the videos and then trying to edit them and everything. Yeah, I mean, dog, I'm literally triple double no assist with the shit, man. I do the inquiries, I do handle the website, I go do the meetups, I go do the shipping, pickups. I literally handle every single aspect of the business, man. It's so hard to sit there and keep up like as far as doing videos, in which I was starting to do them and all, but again, once my son was born, I kind of fell off with it from there. But I'm trying to get back into the habit of it, just because obviously just TikTok, and then now Instagram trying to be TikTok and everything as well. So I'm definitely like, I'm very much am a believer in, it's either adapt or perish. So, whatever the wave is that people are doing, you got to be able to adapt. Otherwise, you're going to fall off the wagon still. So I'm definitely trying to get back in the habit of it and get back to posting videos on TikTok and YouTube as well, man, just because it was like I was starting to post YouTube videos. But again, I'm literally doing both videos simultaneously. I'll try to do a little 1 or 2 minute video for Instagram, TikTok, and then I'll try to do the exact same video for YouTube, but expand that out to like 10, 15 minutes and all. So it's just a lot, man. And that's what, I want to sit there and get to the point to where, I can sit there and have a team of others, because I used to be very like, I don't know, like just kind of iffy on having other people because I have control issues. So I used to be very iffy as far as, letting other people sit there and like handle my stuff. But now the bigger the business is getting, I'm realizing like, all right, as much as I like, or prefer doing everything myself, I realize at some point I got to get some other people on board and everything. That way I can just take a little bit of the load off my shoulders.
Yeah, you said something. You said a mouthful. The conversion rate on TikTok is crazy right now, though. Yeah. From viewer all the way to whether it's purchasing or subscribing. Like we get motherfuckers who find us on TikTok, subscribe on YouTube, follow us on IG. Like that's unheard of on IG. So
right.
It's a crazy conversion rate. But you just said something like that you have control issues, and that or at some point you had control issues in regards to your business, and that was hindering you. Is that really a bad thing though? To not just go. Is that a bad thing to have this mentality of this is my baby. Yeah. This is something that I love. I don't want nobody coming in here fucking up our situation. Before you answer, the reason I ask is because we done had so many people try to come on board with our podcast and work behind the scenes and shit. And I hear them, they'll say things like, well, yeah, no, I want to come on. I'm trying to start my own red flag.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you gotta dedicate to us.
Right.
Or one of the just recently it was a guy like, what about compensations? No, you need to be thinking put money in. We in the grassroots.
Exactly.
We're in the grassroots.
You see, we in the grassroots.
Yeah, you need to be thinking put money in. Monetization comes from as of now from merch and from live shows. Those are 2 big ones. No, you need to be thinking how much can I put in as opposed to how much are y'all paying me.
Right.
Because first of all, you asked us.
Bingo, exactly. But you came to us, exactly. But nah, man. Yes and no, just like I said, as far as an aspect of as it continues to get bigger, you can only do so much like on your own, but also just no from the aspect of, but sorry, someone knocked on the door. That kind of threw my training off there for a minute, but
get your ass in, girl. Come over there.
But no, like it's definitely not from the aspect of, again, it's. When I'm the one in control of everything, it's going how I want it to go. And then also as well, as far as I know that if I fuck some shit up, it's on me. I know I can do whatever to fix it. Whereas if someone else fucks some shit up, then I got to sit there and handle it. And kind of give an example. I know that, I've referred people to, customers to other people before in the past. And I'm like, hey, I don't have the time or I can't do X, Y, and Z, but I know someone who can do it. Go to them. They go to them. They fuck the shit up. And then they coming back looking at me like, bro, well, you told me to go to them. So then it kind of looks bad on my name. And so that's kind of, with the whole, again, I want to recruit other people on board, but, it's hard to find other people who are like you, who will do what you do. And also it's just a matter of trying to find people as far as that, that they got the same level of detail, the same level of quality, the same level of customer service, that I do.
Yeah, me and Scott, we literally just talked about that on the phone the other day. Like, it's like, I want to be to a point right now with what we doing to where I'm kind of like obnoxious, like with this shit. It's like, it's like almost to a point where motherfuckers like, oh, he talk about the podcast again, because I believe so much into what we doing, and I just want to give them. I just want to be like, no, the podcast is the podcast. We gonna be this, and I want to repeat myself, and I want to keep saying, and I want to go above and beyond. Man,
manifest that shit, man.
And even with the live shows, cause I didn't expect you to come in and say, bro, let's do a live show. I was like, yes, nigga, and we finna do another one. We gonna do another one after that, and we gonna get back on the merch, and we finna do this, and we finna do that, and we finna do that, and to a point where. Oh, y'all gonna be tired as fuck. Like, oh my God, what the fuck? Like,
the fuck they doing now?
I'm tired. Like, what this nigga want to do today? Bro?
Right.
Like, I cannot keep up with this man and what he trying to do. So, like, yeah, like that's what I want to do because I think that's what makes a good business. And that's why I even asked you earlier with your shit. Like, when you got to that point to where you wanted to transition to something new, like, how did that work? What did that look like? Because I think right now we're in the mindset of where you were when you wanted to transition. That's what I honestly feel because it's like we at this pivot point where it's like, we finna do this shit.
Yeah, it's like it's either now or never, type of thing, man. And like I said, man, it's for me. Like I said again, it was just I don't like being told what to do. Yeah. Like like it's it probably sounds a little pretentious, but again, it's like. I legit hate being told what to do. Like, even it doesn't matter if someone's like being it's a supervisor who's being a dick, like as far as, hey, get your ass up and do X, Y, Z. Or if it's, even if they're being nice as far as, hey, Nick, do you mind doing, like, dog, it gets under my skin. Like when someone's like, stopping me from what I'm doing, talking about, hey, can you do X, Y, and Z? So that, like, again, it just goes back to, dog, like, I want to do what I want to do, like, on my time. I don't want anyone telling me what to do. And then also, and to kind of transition back to what you said earlier, when you said as far as, trying to find the right people on board, who y'all ideology, like, aligns, and, kind of, I'm on the same wavelength and all, just because, again, I've tried to work with people in the past and all who, I thought we was building something, but really they were just kind of biting off of my shit, snaking me, like I said, I'm not going to say names or put anyone on. I'm not going to put anyone on blast. But like I said, I've worked with, particular individuals or brands and all who, like I said, I caught myself, doing some work with them. And then I look up and, then they're trying to do the same shit as me at like a cheaper price and all that type of shit. So again, that's also another thing too, is just being mindful of, okay, who can I trust, like, as far as who's going to come in and just want to be part of a team and not just try to get whatever they can get off of me and then turn around and try to do their own shit.
And that's what I was saying. You talking about you want to be a part of our team, but you just said, oh, y'all got a podcast. Like, no.
Ain't no way you going to work.
Right.
How you going to help us with our shit and go build your own shit?
Exactly.
Help you build your shit up, nigga. Like, listen, I'm not about all this equality shit and all this everybody need to be rich shit, bro. Everybody, I'm just
especially if we ain't rich yet.
Man, what?
Who the fuck want everybody to be rich? I will stop if everybody just automatically rich. I will stop working.
Yeah.
Why would I want to work or grind?
Exactly.
I need some incentive or do it because you love it, nigga. I love making money.
Bro, as much as I love what I do, man. It's like if I could afford to do this like for free and everything, of course I would. But that's not the case. So that's why it's like, hell yeah, it's about the money, man. Like for sure.
And even some reward, just some type of compensation, whether it's like what do you value in the moment? If you do if you do, philanthropy and your reward is just seeing people happy and that's what you love to see people happy, then cool. You get it. You got it. It's cool. Whatever your thing is that you want, my thing just so happens to be money.
Yeah.
That's what the fuck I want.
Nah, man. And that's what it is for me, man, because I know when it comes to like shoes in general, I've always been into shoes, sneakers, whatever since I was a kid, and I've always had more of the consumer mindset of buy, like, you know, just purchase shit. And it wasn't till like mid to late 20s and all where my mentality started shifting as far as, okay, it's like, of course I love Nike, I love Adidas, I love buying shoes and everything, but it's like, where's the intangibles to that? You know, where like, you know, what can I do? I want a piece of the industry as well. And like I said before, I knew for sure that I wanted to do restoring shoes. I was going back and forth as far as, okay, like, what can I do to get into this industry and actually like get a piece of the pie instead of just giving up all of my money to it. And because I knew as far as I didn't necessarily want to be a reseller just because I just don't have the patience for that. Yeah, I was like, I don't have the patience for that. And like I said, the market always like goes up and down. So I knew, and you know, I worked Finish Line and all that shit years ago, and I'm like, I'm an antisocial individual, so I just knew I didn't have the patience just to try to convince people to buy all these fucking shoes, and you know what I'm saying. But I also knew as far as it's like, no, there has to be something or that I can do as far as to, you know, make some type of income. And you know, when I got into restoring shoes again, originally it was just my whole mentality was, damn, all these old shoes that I had that I sold because they were breaking down, you know, if I knew then what I knew now, shit, I could have kept all these shoes and everything. And also, you know, that was that yeah, exactly. So I was like, man, so I just started getting all those old shoes back again. But then as I started getting better at it, and then, you know, started getting a few clientele, like, you know, customers and whatnot, again, it just started spreading from there. And then I just realized, like, okay, I might be onto something. I might actually have something here. And so that's just what I've been doing ever since, just building it up, man. And like I said, the goal is to get to a point, just because, you know, I can't see myself. I mean, I'll do whatever I got to do, like, you know, to put money, like, you know, to put, you know, food on the table, keep lights on and whatnot. But the goal is to get to a point to where I'm not having to do as much work, because I can't see myself middle-aged, 40, 50-something, working my hands to the bone and shit like that. But also at the same time, it's like, you know, if I can get to the point to where, again, I have other people on board, you know, with it being a growing industry, so people who want to get in on it, if I can get them on board and have them want to be able to do it too, bro, all these customers and everything that I get that are bringing me like these basic little shoes that they got, you know, last year from Foot Locker, Finish Line. Yo, man, here's my partner or whatever. I don't really necessarily want to call him an employee, but, you know, here's a partner of mine. You can, like I said, they can work on your shoes for, you know, I can give them my clientele. But, you know, if it's like some rare, you know, OG shit, some player exclusive shit that Michael Jordan wore himself, that I'm like, hey, that's mine. Like I'm gonna work on that, like, type of shit. So that's the goal I'm trying to get to.
Yeah, and you do full restoration too, right? Like, so you like you could basically, essentially, you could build a shoe from start, right?
Yeah, I mean, not necessarily build a shoe and everything. There is a lane of that, like people who like full fledged, like make like. One of the things that's became really popular like the last year or two are like people like literally making like their own like Air Jordan 1s and stuff like that. Like literally going buying the sheets of leather. Yeah, like people literally like they'll buy like the sheets of leather and all that, all like the little materials, and they will literally like build it from scratch. Like I'm not at that point. I kind of want to get there and all, but still, one of the things I've been getting into is like recon. So literally, like, you know, breaking the shoe down and like rebuilding it, remolding it, and trying like to make it as close to like the original like as possible and all. But again, yeah, like pretty much just like you said.
Shit from YouTube, just going on YouTube, watching shit.
Yeah, man, and that
formal education.
And I always sit there and joke too, man. I was like, dog, like I spent all those years in college and everything trying to go to school for teaching or whatever the case may be, and I was like, whole damn time, what it is that I really want to do, I basically, my college time was basically just some YouTube videos for like X amount of months.
You know, Sco did that with eating pussy.
I did though.
Hey man, Xvids, Pornhub.
I know fucking YouTube.
Yeah, you was grown as hell, like going on YouTube trying to learn how to eat pussy.
I've been eating pussy since I was 14, so really? You tell me. Yeah.
Word.
14, nigga.
Yeah. Sound like a weirdo to me.
Says the nigga who been fucking since he was 9.
No, I hadn't.
Okay, we got footage.
No man touched me.
Well, you got footage of footage at 9?
A man.
Yeah, it was a man.
Yo, that's gonna be on camera, y'all.
We We playing it.
Right. I was like,
Be
what?
quiet too. We gonna let that settle. We gonna let that shit sit in.
I was like, yo, we still on the air?
Like, damn, bro, you got to tell about, man, this shit not okay.
Right.
Yeah. You see the way the person behind the camera just laughed?
Man.
That person also told me that rape couldn't be funny.
And we just had a funny rape joke.
Hence, funny rape joke.
You know, why is it? And man, and if y'all need to edit this out later, by all means. But like I said, why is it? It seems like rape in general, of course, is not funny. Especially like me, I can't even watch like in movies. Like if a woman's being raped, I can't watch that shit. But why is it whenever it comes to like men getting raped or whatever, that shit seems to be so fucking hilarious. So like whenever it's men,
nigga, you get fucked.
yeah, bro. Like anytime, like I mean, I'm trying to think of shit like, I don't know off the top of my head, like say like Friday After Next, like with Cat Williams when, like I said, when what's his name was, I had him in the bathroom and shit, like that shit was so hilarious and everything. I am a boy. But like I said, but if it's like a woman or some shit like that, it's just kind of like, nah,
don't
man.
give a fuck about men, bro.
Men have it so hard, bro. Like I said, like men have it so hard, bro.
We ain't number twos, goddamn.
It's crazy we even talking about this right now. I just seen on Flagrant 2 podcast with Andrew Schultz and all that. They was talking about that shit. It's like, maybe it's because, and I think the conclusion they came to, maybe it's because a woman is being penetrated. That's what make it so bad. Like maybe, but.
Shit.
What about when it's a dude?
Dudes do get penetrated.
But women be raping shit too. I heard that. Women be raping shit too.
Yeah.
Putting shit in nigga drinks and shit. Cardi B said she got a nigga like that.
Man, and everyone just kind of,
bloated
okay.
Like,
Motherfucker got me like that. Skull was an accomplice to that shit. I ain't lying about that.
please tell the story.
Well, all right, I'll tell the story.
It's him thinking a story right now.
No, I'm not thinking shit. That's a fact. I swear to God, right hand to God. I was basically for an event. I don't know who birthday it was, whether it was me or whether it was Bria or Skull birthday. Bria's Skull girlfriend, for the people listening who don't know. She was also a part of it as well. You know, and I wasn't gonna bring this up, but since we're here, I'm gonna go ahead and talk about it.
Hey, man.
All right, so basically, you know, I was in vibing out, talking to the young one. I was trying to be on some OG shit to the young one. He a wild guy. He was there, you know, doing this thing. I'm trying to talk to him, just giving him game and shit. Tell him, you know, bro, like, you know, hey, bro, do right, you know, structure your guys, get together and all of that. I'm trying to tell him what's what. And basically, this whole time, this young lady that shall remain nameless was plotting on me. And she basically brought Bria, which is Skull girlfriend. I gotta keep saying her name. I ain't no rat or nothing, but I gotta keep saying her name. Brought her into the fold and everything about what was going on. They conspired over in the corner, you know, to basically rape me. Viciously.
Yikes.
Rape me.
Okay.
Right? And, you know, I got drunk. Motherfuckers gave me a little too much to drink. Basically,
Motherfuckers gave you or you was drinking?
I mean, it gave me. So basically, I ended up going to the house with her or whatever. And Skull knew I was there. Found out I was there. Did not try to help me. That's what make him also.
Damn, man.
I was fucking drunk on the floor. I didn't even know until he called.
I woke up disgusted, Nick. Like, oh my God, it was
felt ugly.
It's a whore. I feel like he backslid. Your 4 days.
And I was like, what am I doing?
You relapsed.
I was like, oh my God, this is horrible. I hate this.
Right.
And they, you know, they thought they did me a favor. But sometimes, I guess it was an unknowing setup type thing.
Yeah.
They unknowingly got me raped. So,
Wow.
You know.
So you following the statistics of men getting raped, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I've been raped a couple times. Yeah.
It goes very, very much underreported too on the men's side of things,
I
man.
should have reported the fuck out of their ass. Only reason I didn't is because I know Bria can't handle jail.
Man.
Hey, you didn't want to do the rape?
Right.
I didn't want to do the rape kid either.
Nah, man.
Hey, I know Bria can't handle jail, so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna let her slide.
I don't know many folks who can't handle jail, man.
Imagine me getting your woman locked up, Scott.
Yeah, we got to fight.
Right. Y'all got a box on that
Every
one.
day before the podcast.
Need the 5 minutes.
She on trial for accessory to rape. But nah, man. We do appreciate you coming out, Nick, though, sitting down, talking with us, man. You got an amazing brand, an amazing business.
Thank
Don't
you,
never
bro.
let anyone tell you to don't let anyone discourage you, even though people will say what they say. You'll have the trolls and everything. I'm trying to get into being a sneakerhead myself. Shit, I'm failing miserably. But I do want some, I got some shit that I've been thinking about doing or whatever with shoes and all that. And you'll be always in my mind when I think about this, like, go to you first.
Appreciate it, man.
Mainly because of Cub too. Cub always like, you need some shoes, bro. He really put on for you.
Yeah, Cub really do, man. I appreciate that. Cub is all like, I always get people hitting me up talking about, yeah, man, Cub sent me your way, or Cub always just hit me up talking about, man, what you working on? What you work like, man? It's like I love like. Of course, we're frat brothers and everything, but I love that man. Like, we're actually like blood brothers, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, just the love. Yeah, he's just a genuinely good person, man. So I got love for him, man. And then also, as far as just getting in the whole sneaker, bro, it don't got to just be Nike, Jordans, and everything, bro. Even if you just like some Pumas or motherfucking some New Balances, shit like that. Like, it don't just have to be all the crazy, like, expensive ass, like, hype shit. Like, if you just got a love for it. If you just got a love for any type of brand or just shoes in general, like, bro, like, you a sneakerhead. Like I said, it's kind of a watered down term, in this day and age, since it is kind of like a very, like, normalized, like, just hobby now. It's not kind of like the niche little thing like it used to be. But again, it's like if you just got shit that you love in general, bro, like it don't have to just be a bunch of hype shit.
Yeah. When I think sneakerhead, I think J's automatic.
Yeah, I mean, I do too, man. Because like I said, that's just kind of how I got in on it, and I hate sounding all hipster about it, but again, it was definitely more of like a small end kind of thing as far as like it was. I remember when it used to be. I remember like when it used to be one of those things. As far as like if you told people you were a sneakerhead, you either got one or two reactions. It was either, "Whoa, shit, that's crazy as fuck," or people like, "What the fuck are you doing buying like all those shoes? That's stupid." But now it seems like in this day and age, like everyone and their mom, like to a degree or another, is a sneakerhead. So it's like it's not like the, just special thing like how it used to be.
But again, man, like I said, we appreciate you coming on. We appreciate you. And you always welcome back anytime with
most def,
capacity. Man. You always got a space here on the couch.
Man, appreciate it, man. I'd love to be back on, man. Like I said, I appreciate y'all reaching out and having me on, man. Like I said, it means a lot for sure.
Yeah. Listen, this is the ChoppedByT podcast where we get real, raw, authentic conversations. Until next time.